Hi, my name's Tara. I'm here to give a speech about mental health. I know when people mention mental health, the first thing that comes to mind is that someone's crazy or insane. Another one is losing their mind. Movies such as Sybil, Rain Man, and The Beautiful Mind only add to the toxic stigma that surrounds the topic of mental health. A majority of the population is oblivious to the suffering that people with mental illnesses face. Anyone and almost everyone we know knows someone that is struggling with a mental illness. With symptoms stated, yes, they can be involved in mental health issues, but they don't just purely surround around someone losing their mind or going crazy or insane. Symptoms of mental health issues can include prolonged sadness, extreme highs and lows, social withdrawals, illogical thoughts, and changes in sleep cycle. The list goes on. Let's discuss some of the major mental health problems commonly found in a majority of young adults. The most common found disorders in young adults are anxiety and depression. Mental illnesses can range from panic disorder, social anxiety, phobias, obsessive-compulsive disorder, also known as OCD, and post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD. And the list goes on for those as well. While the cause of mental health problems is somewhat unknown, researchers have found that a wide combination of genetics, biological, psychological, and environmental factors take hand in this issue. Every year, about 25% of adults 18 years and older and children, and 13% of children ages ranging from 8 to 15 are diagnosed with a mental health issue every year. Treatment for mental health illnesses can include medication, psychotherapy, group therapy, and or hospital treatment. It is found that a combination of treatments work best. However, everyone's mind is different and unique. What might work for another person might not work for you. It's best to consult your doctor and ask what would be best for you and to suit you and your needs. Mental illnesses not only affect adults. Studies have shown that 21.1% of young adults suffer from a form of mental illness. About 11.2% struggle with mood disorders. 8.3% struggle with anxiety disorder. And about 9.6% struggle with behavioral disorder. On average, about 17% of our young adults experience one, if not multiple, disorders. Anxiety is something we as humans have naturally. It's kind of set in us that it warns us and allows us to be more aware of what's going on around us. Generalized anxiety can cause someone to feel very anxious, nervous, and have excessive fear of something and or someone. This isn't the only form of anxiety, though. There are a large variety of forms of anxiety. For example, another one is social anxiety. It causes one to have anxiety in social interactions, being extremely embarrassed to the point of humiliation with the thought of being rejected or frowned upon in interactions. Another type of anxiety I would like to mention is separation anxiety. One who is fearful of being apart from someone they are attached to. They are constantly worried about losing someone dear to them, to the point of losing sleep. Another very common mental illness in young adults is depression. Symptoms of depression are the feelings of sadness, the loss of interest in a once enjoyable hobby, appetite changes such as eating too much or eating too little, changes in sleep schedule, fatigue, and loss of energy. Depression negatively affects a person emotionally, physically, and it can eventually affect one's ability to work and function in life. Post-traumatic stress disorder can be developed in young adults after experiencing a shocking, traumatic, or dangerous event. Within 3 months of the incident are when symptoms usually occur. These symptoms include flashbacks, bad dreams, and frightening thoughts. Anyone can suffer from PTSD. People can experience PTSD from being in an abusive relationship, being in the military, growing up with neglectful parents, and so on. Another very serious mental health issue is schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is commonly taken as crazy. People think that they're crazy. Just because that this person sees things or hear things that may not actually be there. This is also another bad stereotype that tends to stick around the topic. It causes for people it's difficult for people to distinguish what is real and what's imaginary. Sadly, there are many more illnesses out there than just anxiety disorders and depression and just about everything we went over. There's a lot more. Our young adults learn to cope with mental illnesses, and now it's easier with the help. Now it's easier with the help of our doctors and medications because they know that they're not alone. With knowing that these mental health issues affect young adults so much, I hope we can learn to better accommodate them and learn that people with mental health issues aren't crazy, that they're not just asking for attention. That's about all I have. Thank you for listening to my speech about mental health.